Let's get you ready for the real estate exam with a focused review of freehold estates and ownership. We'll cover key concepts like fee simple and life estates, along with forms of ownership such as severalty, joint tenancy, and tenancy in common. And keep an eye on the bottom corner. There's something there that could give your prep a serious boost. Let's get started.
Let's begin our review of freehold estates and ownership. Starting with freehold estates overview. What is the primary characteristic that distinguishes a freehold estate from a leasehold estate? Is it A, payment of rent, B, indefinite ownership duration, C, requirement of a lease agreement, or D, transferability restrictions? The answer is B, indefinite ownership duration. A freehold estate is characterized by ownership of real property for an indefinite period, whereas a leasehold estate involves temporary possession without ownership. Which of the following is a type of freehold estate? Is it A, fee simple, B, periodic tenancy, C, estate at will, or D, tenancy for years? The answer is A, fee simple. Fee simple is the most common type of freehold estate, characterized by absolute ownership without limitations on inheritance.
Have you noticed the code in the bottom corner? Next time you're stumped, take that code to birdsy.ai for immediate help and a free study session with Birdsy, your personal AI study partner. Plus, you'll get access to hundreds of additional questions, helping you move closer to passing your exam with confidence. The next time you're feeling unsure or stuck, give it a try.
In a life estate, what happens to the property after the life tenant's death? Is it A, the property is destroyed, B, the life tenant's heirs inherit it, C, it passes to the remainderman, or D, it remains with the life tenant's estate? The answer is C, it passes to the remainderman. Upon the life tenant's death, the property reverts to the remainderman or reverts to the grantor if specified, ending the life estate. Which freehold estate offers the greatest degree of control and rights over a property? Is it A, life estate, B, fee simple absolute, C, defeasible fee, or D, leasehold estate? The answer is B, fee simple absolute. A fee simple absolute estate provides the owner with the most control, allowing them to use, sell, or bequeath the property without conditions. How does a fee simple defeasible estate differ from a fee simple absolute estate? Is it A, it lasts for a lifetime, B, it cannot be inherited, C, it requires payment of rent, or D, it has conditions that can void ownership? The answer is D. It has conditions that can void ownership. A fee simple defeasible estate includes conditions that can cause the estate to be voided, unlike a fee simple absolute that has no conditions. Which of the following best describes a fee simple absolute estate? Is it A, complete ownership with no limitations on inheritance or transfer, B, ownership that lasts only for the lifetime of the owner, C, ownership with conditions that must be met to retain the estate, or D, ownership that reverts to the original owner upon certain conditions? The answer is A, complete ownership with no limitations on inheritance or transfer. A fee simple absolute estate grants the owner the maximum possible rights to the property, including the right to sell, lease, or bequeath it. It is the most complete ownership interest one can have in real estate. What is a key feature of a life estate? Is it A, it can be inherited by the life tenant's heirs, B, it lasts for the duration of a specific person's life, C, it grants absolute ownership with no conditions, or D, it automatically converts to a leasehold estate after a set period? The answer is B, it lasts for the duration of a specific person's life. A life estate is a type of freehold estate where the ownership lasts for the duration of a person's life. After the life tenant's death, the property typically reverts to another designated party. What distinguishes a fee simple defeasible estate from other freehold estates? Is it A, it provides unconditional ownership rights? B, it is limited to the life of the owner? C, it includes conditions that can terminate the estate? Or D, it automatically reverts to a leasehold estate after a set period? The answer is C. It includes conditions that can terminate the estate. A fee simple defeasible estate includes conditions that, if violated, can result in the loss of the estate. This makes it different from a fee simple absolute, which has no such conditions. Fee simple absolute and defeasible estates. What is the primary characteristic of a fee simple absolute estate? Is it A, the owner has unlimited duration of ownership? B, the ownership is subject to specific conditions? C, the estate ends upon the owner's death? Or D, the property must be used for a specific purpose? The answer is A, the owner has unlimited duration of ownership. A fee simple absolute estate provides the owner with the maximum possible rights to the property, including the right to use, sell, or pass it on to heirs indefinitely. Which of the following best describes a fee simple defeasible estate? Is it A, ownership is absolute and unconditional? B, ownership is conditional and can be voided? C, ownership is limited to the owner's lifetime? Or D, ownership is shared with the government? The answer is B, ownership is conditional and can be voided. A fee simple defeasible estate is conditional, meaning ownership can be terminated if certain conditions are not met, such as using the property for a specific purpose.
If you're finding this helpful, please take a minute to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, useful tips, and complimentary study sessions with Birdsey.
In a fee simple determinable estate, what happens if the condition is violated? Is it A, the estate continues without any changes? B, the owner must pay a fine? C, the property automatically reverts to the grantor? Or D, the condition is ignored and ownership remains? The answer is C, the property automatically reverts to the grantor. In a fee simple determinable, the property automatically reverts back to the original owner or their heirs if the specified condition is violated. How does a fee simple subject to conditions subsequent differ from a fee simple determinable? Is it A, it automatically reverts to the grantor upon condition breach? B, it allows the owner to modify conditions at will? C, it grants the government an interest in the property? Or D, it requires legal action to enforce reversion upon breach? The answer is D. It requires legal action to enforce reversion upon breach. A fee simple subject to condition subsequent requires legal action to reclaim the property if conditions are violated, unlike the automatic reversion in a fee simple determinable. What is a characteristic feature of a fee simple subject to executory limitation? Is it A, the property reverts to the original owner upon condition breach? B, the property transfers to a third party upon condition breach? C, the owner has no obligation to maintain the condition? Or D, the estate is limited to the owner's lifetime? The answer is B, the property transfers to a third party upon condition breach. A fee simple, subject to executory limitation, automatically transfers to a third party if a condition is violated, differing from other defeasible estates that revert to the grantor. Which of the following is a key feature of a fee simple absolute estate? Is it A, complete ownership without conditions? B, ownership with conditions? C, ownership until a condition is breached? Or D, ownership with a reversionary interest? The answer is A, complete ownership without conditions. A fee simple absolute estate is the most extensive interest in land, providing the owner with complete ownership without any conditions or limitations. It lasts indefinitely and can be freely transferred. In a fee simple defeasible estate, which event could terminate the owner's interest? Is it A, paying property taxes, B, selling the property, C, using the property for a prohibited purpose, or D, improving the property? The answer is C, using the property for a prohibited purpose. A fee simple defeasible estate is conditional and can be terminated if specific conditions are not met. This could include actions like using the property for a prohibited purpose. What distinguishes a fee simple subject to condition subsequent from other freehold estates? Is it A, automatic termination upon condition breach, B, no conditions attached, C, ownership limited by time, or D, requires action to reclaim the property? The answer is D, requires action to reclaim the property. This estate allows the original owner to reclaim the property if a condition is violated, but action must be taken to enforce this right, unlike automatic reversion in other types. What happens to a fee simple subject to executory limitation if a condition is breached? Is it A, reverts to the original grantor, B, transfers to a third party, C, remains with the current owner, or D, becomes a life estate? The answer is B, transfers to a third party. In this estate, if the condition is breached, the property automatically transfers to a third party rather than reverting to the original owner or their heirs. Which type of estate involves a possibility of reverter? Is it A, fee simple determinable, B, fee simple absolute, C, fee simple subject to conditions subsequent, or D, fee simple subject to executory limitation? The answer is A, fee simple determinable. A fee simple determinable estate includes a possibility of reverter, meaning the property automatically reverts to the original owner if the specified condition is violated. Life estates and remainder interests. What is the primary distinction between a life estate and a fee simple estate? Is it A, a life estate is inheritable, B, a fee simple estate is limited by the life of an individual, C, a life estate is limited to the duration of a person's life, or D, both are limited by specific conditions? The answer is C, a life estate is limited to the duration of a person's life. A life estate is limited to the duration of a person's life, while a fee simple estate is not time-bound and includes the right to transfer ownership upon death. In a life estate, who holds the future interest in the property? Is it A, the life tenant, B, the remainderman, C, the grantor, or D, the trustee? The answer is B, the remainderman. The remainderman holds the future interest in a life estate, receiving the property upon the life tenant's death. This ensures the property is not left without an owner. Which of the following best describes a remainder interest? Is it A, a future interest that follows a life estate, B, an interest that allows immediate possession, C, an interest that reverts to the grantor, or D, an interest that is always inheritable? The answer is A, a future interest that follows a life estate. A remainder interest is a future interest in property that becomes possessory when a life estate terminates, ensuring continuity of ownership and transfer rights.
Don't forget to comment below with your tips, challenges, and thoughts on exam preparation. Your experiences can make a big difference for others.
How can a life estate be terminated before the death of the life tenant? Is it A, through a will, B, by the life tenant's decision, C, by selling the property, or D, by merger of interests? The answer is D, by merger of interests. A life estate can be terminated by merger, where the life tenant acquires the remainder interest, unifying ownership and extinguishing the life estate. What happens to the property in a life estate when the life tenant dies? Is it A, it reverts to the state, B, it is inherited by the life tenant's heirs, C, it passes to the remainderman, or D, it remains with the life tenant's estate? The answer is C, it passes to the remainderman. Upon the life tenant's death, the property passes to the remainderman, who then gains full ownership, ensuring the property's succession is clearly defined. Which party is responsible for maintaining the property in a life estate? Is it A, the remainderman, B, the life tenant, C, the original grantor, or D, the local government? The answer is B, the life tenant. The life tenant is responsible for maintaining the property during their lifetime. They have the right to use the property, but must ensure it remains in good condition for the remainderman. How is a life estate pour autre vie different from a standard life estate? Is it A, it lasts indefinitely, B, it is transferable upon death, C, it is based on another person's lifespan, or D, it grants full ownership rights? The answer is C, it is based on another person's lifespan. A life estate pour autre vie lasts for the duration of another person's life, not the life tenant's. This can create unique scenarios where the life tenant outlives the measuring life. What is a key feature of a reversionary interest in a life estate? Is it A, the property returns to the original owner, B, the property is sold to a third party, C, the life tenant gains full ownership, or D, the remainderman can sell the property during the life estate? The answer is A, the property returns to the original owner. Reversionary interest means the property reverts back to the original owner or their heirs after the life estate ends if no remainderman is designated. Legal life estates, Dower, Curtesy, Homestead. What is a key feature of a freehold estate? Is it A, limited duration, B, transferable only upon death, C, indefinite duration, or D, only includes rental properties? The answer is C, indefinite duration. Freehold estates are characterized by indefinite duration and ownership rights. They include fee simple estates, which offer the most extensive ownership rights, and life estates, which last for the life of a specified person. Which legal life estate is specifically designed to protect a surviving spouse's right to property? Is it A, Dower, B, Homestead, C, Curtesy, or D, fee simple? The answer is A, Dower. Dower and Curtesy are legal life estates that protect a surviving spouse's interest in the deceased spouse's property. Dower applies to widows, while Curtesy applies to widowers. How does a homestead exemption primarily benefit homeowners? Is it A, increases property tax, B, protects against creditors, C, guarantees inheritance rights, or D, ensures property appreciation? The answer is B, protects against creditors. A homestead exemption offers protection against creditors by preventing the forced sale of a primary residence to satisfy debts up to a certain value limit set by law. What distinguishes a life estate from other types of freehold estates? Is it A, lasts forever, B, cannot be transferred, C, includes full ownership rights, or D, ends upon death of a specified person? The answer is D, ends upon death of a specified person. A life estate is limited to the lifetime of the holder or another designated person. Upon their death, the property typically reverts to the original owner or a remainderman. Which of the following is true about courtesy rights? Is it A, apply to widowers, B, are universally recognized, C, offer fee simple ownership, or D, are equivalent to homestead rights? The answer is A. Apply to widowers. Courtesy rights historically provided a widower with a life estate in his deceased wife's property. These rights have been largely replaced or modified by modern statutory laws. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a homestead exemption? Is it A. To prevent foreclosure under any circumstance? B. To shield a portion of home equity from creditors? C. To eliminate property taxes for primary residences? Or D. To guarantee inheritance rights for children? The answer is B. To shield a portion of home equity from creditors. A homestead exemption is designed to protect a portion of a homeowner's equity from creditors, ensuring that individuals have a secure place to live despite financial difficulties.
Stuck on a question? Just think of the Birdsey link in the description as your friendly neighborhood superhero, swooping in to save the day with answers. Feel free to explore it now and return to continue. Simply hit pause, and we'll be waiting when you get back.
Forms of ownership: severalty, co-ownership, and trusts. What is the primary characteristic of ownership in severalty? Is it A. Ownership by a single individual or entity? B. Ownership shared by two or more individuals? C. Ownership held in trust for beneficiaries? Or D. Ownership held by a corporation? The answer is A. Ownership by a single individual or entity. Ownership in severalty means the property is owned by one individual or entity. This type of ownership allows for complete control over the property without the need to consult or share decisions with others. In a tenancy in common, what happens to a co-owner's interest upon their death? Is it A. It automatically transfers to the surviving co-owners? B. It passes to the deceased's heirs or beneficiaries? C. It is held in trust for the remaining co-owners? Or D. It is forfeited to the state? The answer is B. It passes to the deceased's heirs or beneficiaries. In tenancy in common, each co-owner's share can be bequeathed to heirs or beneficiaries through a will, as there is no right of survivorship. This allows for individual control over the disposition of one's share. Which type of co-ownership includes the right of survivorship? Is it A. Tenancy in common? B. Community property? C. Joint tenancy? Or D. Tenancy by the entirety? The answer is C. Joint tenancy. Joint tenancy includes the right of survivorship, meaning when one joint tenant dies, their interest automatically passes to the surviving joint tenants. This feature distinguishes it from tenancy in common. How does a trust differ from other forms of ownership? Is it A. It requires multiple co-owners? B. It is only applicable to real estate? C. It automatically includes right of survivorship? Or D. It involves a trustee managing the property for beneficiaries? The answer is D. It involves a trustee managing the property for beneficiaries. A trust involves a trustee managing property for the benefit of beneficiaries. This legal arrangement separates control and benefit, unlike direct ownership forms like severalty or co-ownership. Which form of ownership is typically used by married couples to provide survivorship rights? Is it A. Tenancy in common? B. Joint tenancy? C. Community property? Or D. Tenancy by the entirety? The answer is D. Tenancy by the entirety. Tenancy by the entirety is a form of joint ownership for married couples, providing survivorship rights. Upon the death of one spouse, the surviving spouse automatically gains full ownership. Which form of ownership involves a property being owned by a single individual or entity? Is it A. Severalty? B. Joint tenancy? C. Tenancy by the entirety? Or D. Community property? The answer is A. Severalty. Ownership in severalty refers to property owned by a single individual or legal entity, allowing for complete control and decision-making power over the property without the need for consensus from others. How does tenancy in common differ from joint tenancy? Is it A, it requires equal ownership shares? B, owners can sell their interest independently? C, it includes the right of survivorship? Or D, it is only available to married couples? The answer is B, owners can sell their interest independently. Tenancy in common allows each co-owner to have an individual share that can be sold or bequeathed independently, whereas joint tenancy includes the right of survivorship, automatically passing ownership to surviving co-owners. What is a primary advantage of placing property in a trust? Is it A, simplified property tax assessments? B, eliminated need for property insurance? C, asset protection and probate avoidance? Or D, guaranteed property value appreciation? The answer is C, asset protection and probate avoidance. Trusts allow for property management and distribution according to specific terms set by the trustor, providing benefits such as asset protection, tax advantages, and avoiding probate. In a trust, who holds the legal title to the property? Is it A, beneficiary? B, trustor? C, grantor? Or D, trustee? The answer is D, trustee. In a trust, the trustee holds the legal title to the property and is responsible for managing it according to the trust's terms, while the beneficiaries hold equitable interest. What distinguishes a joint tenancy from a tenancy by the entirety? Is it A, joint tenancy can involve any co-owners, while tenancy by the entirety is for married couples? B, tenancy by the entirety does not include right of survivorship? C, joint tenancy requires equal shares, tenancy by the entirety does not? Or D, only joint tenancy allows for independent sale of interest? The answer is A, joint tenancy can involve any co-owners, while tenancy by the entirety is for married couples. Joint tenancy is available to any two or more individuals and includes the right of survivorship, whereas tenancy by the entirety is specifically for married couples and also includes survivorship rights. Ownership limitations and government powers. Which of the following is a limitation on property ownership that allows the government to regulate land use for the welfare of the community? Is it A, eminent domain? B, zoning laws? C, escheat? Or D? The answer is B, laws. Zoning laws are a form of governmental regulation that controls land use to ensure community welfare. They help organize urban growth and protect public health, safety, and general welfare. What is the primary purpose of zoning laws under government police power? Is it A, to increase property taxes? B, to regulate land use? C, to enforce building codes? Or D, to allocate government funds? The answer is B, to regulate land use. Zoning laws are established to regulate land use and ensure orderly development. They help separate residential, commercial, and industrial areas to promote public health, safety, and welfare. Which power allows the government to take private property for public use? Is it A, eminent domain? B, escheat? C, police power? Or D? The answer is A, eminent domain. Eminent domain is the power that permits the government to take private property for public use, provided that just compensation is given to the property owner. What happens to a property when the owner dies without a will or heirs? Is it A, it is auctioned by the government? B, it becomes public land? C, it is transferred to a trust? Or D, it escheats to the state? The answer is D, it escheats to the state. When a property owner dies intestate without a will and with no heirs, the property escheats to the state. This ensures that property is not left ownerless. How does the government exercise its power of taxation on real estate? Is it A, by selling the property, B, by imposing zoning restrictions, C, by levying property taxes, or D, by issuing building permits? The answer is C, by levying property taxes. The government exercises its power of taxation on real estate by levying property taxes based on the assessed value of the property. These taxes fund public services like schools and infrastructure. Under which government power can restrictions be placed on the use of private property to ensure public health and safety? Is it A, eminent domain, B, police power, C, escheat, or D? The answer is B, police power. Police power allows the government to regulate property use to protect public health, safety, morals, and general welfare. This includes zoning laws and building codes. What is the effect of a restrictive covenant on a freehold estate? Is it A, it allows the government to take the property for public use, B, it increases the property's tax liability, C, it limits how the property can be used, or D, it provides a tax exemption for the property owner? The answer is C, it limits how the property can be used. A restrictive covenant imposes limitations on the use of the property, often to maintain property values or community aesthetics, and is enforceable by other property owners. How does the government's power of escheat affect property ownership? Is it A, the state claims ownership if an owner dies without heirs, B, the government regulates the property's use for public safety, C, the property is subject to increased tax assessments, or D, the property owner receives compensation for public use? The answer is A, the state claims ownership if an owner dies without heirs. Escheat allows the state to claim ownership of a property when the owner dies without a will or legal heirs, ensuring no property remains ownerless.
Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, tips, and tricks. And don't forget to visit birdsey.ai for complimentary study sessions with Birdsey, your AI-powered study partner.